Hello, class 7th. Welcome back to your computer class. As today we have to start from page number 35. First topic, flipping an object. As we have already completed till skewing an object, page number 34. So let's read from flipping an object. Follow the given step to flip an object. So what is flipping? Flipping means changing the side of the picture. As you have this option available in your mobile phone in photo editors also, like you have clicked the picture in which you have grabbed something in your right hand. After flipping, you will see that the side of that right hand will change to left hand. It will look like that you have grabbed the thing in your left hand. So this is flipping. Follow the given steps to flip an object. Select an object using selection tool. Double click on the object to select it. Select the transform option from the modify menu. Choose flip vertical or flip horizontal and observe the changes. So flipping can be of two types, horizontal or vertical. Okay. So we have to first click on the selection tool. We have to first select the object by clicking on the selection tool, and we have to click double twice using mouse on the object to select it. After this, we have to select the transfer option in the modify menu. After selecting this, we have to select the horizontal or vertical flip among the given options, and after clicking the desired option, we will see the required changes in the object. So following are the steps to moving an object. Moving means changing the location or position of the object in the stage. You can also move the selected object to another location on the stage. Follow the given steps to move an object. Select the object by using the selection tool. So to move the object, first you have to select, as you have done in flipping also. You have to select the object, click and drag the object to a new location, release the mouse button and observe the change. The same step is required in Paint program to move the object. You have to select the object, and by selecting it, you have to drag the object from old location to new location, and at last you have to release the mouse button. The object will be moved from old location to new location. Next we have is copying an object. How we can copy? First we have to select the object, select on copy option from the edit menu and click anywhere in the stage and click on paste in center option from the tool menu. A duplicate copy of the object can be generated. Okay, so copy option is same as it is everywhere. Next is grouping an object. When an object is drawn, the border area is independent of the content portion of the object. This may cause a problem while transferring or moving an object. So there is a need to group of both these image things into one object. So grouping means grouping various objects or keeping various objects by combining them. Okay, so to group the object, you have to perform following steps. Select the object to be grouped using the selection tool. So we have to select the objects which are required to be grouped using which tool? Selection tool. Select the group option from the modify menu. The object with its part will be grouped together. So we have to select group option from which menu? Modify menu, and the object which we have selected earlier will be grouped together. Simple. Next heading we have is creating and using symbols. So how we can create various symbols and use various symbols in the MS Flash CS6. The symbol is a name given for any object created by the user and stored in the library. Symbols can be graphic, buttons or movie clip. In case you need more than one copy of same object, you do not have to recreate the same. You can simply add copies of the symbol from the library. The copy of the symbol is called an instance. So what is symbol? Symbol is basically the name given to any object or drawing or picture which is created by the user and which is stored in the library. So symbols can be graphic, buttons or movie clips. For example, if you need more than one copy of the same object, you do not require to recreate or redraw that symbol. You can simply add copy of the desired symbol, and the copy of the symbol is called and instance. Okay, there are basically three types of symbols are present. First, movie clip, button, and graphic. So let's see what is movie clip. These are flash movie clips having both symbols and graphics. They have their own non-restricted timeline that plays independent of the main movie's timeline. So movie clip is flash movie clip, and it includes both symbol and object, and they have non-restricted timeline which is required to play independent of the main movie's timeline. Next is button. The button symbol add interactivity to the animation and respond to mouse actions such as click. Button symbol is used to respond according to the click of the mouse, and it adds interactivity to the animation, to the video we are creating using this app. Next is graphic. A graphic symbol will suited for repeated use of static images or for creating animated associated with the main timeline. Animations associated with the main timeline. This is the simplest symbol to use. So among all three symbols, graphic is the simplest, and it is well suited for repeated use of static images. So it will be required when we need to repeatedly use any image, or for creating animation associated with the main timeline. Okay, using symbol in a document reduce the file size, as saving several instances of a symbol requires less storage space than saving multiple copies of the content of the symbol. So by using symbol we require less space, as saving it in the application required less space as compared to the creating multiple copies of the content of the symbol. For example, you can reduce your file size by converting static graphics such as background images into symbols and then reusing them. Example is given that you can simply convert your graphics such as background image, that is wallpaper, into symbol, and you can reuse them. Next is creating symbol. We studied how we can use symbol. Let's learn how we can create symbol. To create the symbol we have to follow the given steps. Draw and color an object on the stage. So you have to draw your desired object and color it. After this you have to select that object, and after selection a menu will appear. From that menu you have to click on convert to symbol option. Okay, or shortcut for this is control plus F8. After selecting the object you have to click on convert to symbol option, or you have to press control plus F8. A convert to symbol dialog box will be displayed. Give a suitable name to the symbol in the name text box and select the graphic option in the type box. So after clicking on convert to symbol, a box will appear where you have to give the name to the symbol and you have to select the graphic option in the type box. After this you have to click on OK button, and in this way you can simply create your own customized symbol. Using symbol. Follow these steps to use the created symbol in a movie. So how you can use your own created symbols in the movie? You have to select library option from window menu, and this menu allows you to scroll through various symbols listed in lower portion of the window. So after clicking on library option you will see various options, symbol options, which are listed where in the lower portion of the window. You have to drag the item from that library window to the stage simply, and that item will be added to the current layer of the movie. After this we have the topic gradient. Gradient means filling color in an object from light to dark to give shade to the object. This we have used in word arts and paint programs. Okay, this means filling the color in such a way that it uses dark to light shade or light to dark shade to fill the object. Gradient can also be combination of two or more colors that gradually fade into each other. So it can be combination of two or more color, basically two shades of a color that which will gradually fade into each other. And gradients can be used to create realistic shadow. They act like any other fill or stroke. So they will look like real shadows. Okay, there are two types of gradient in Flash. In Flash we have two options for gradient. First is linear, second is radial. Linear gradients change color from the starting point to the end point in a straight line. The gradient have parallel bonds of color. Okay, so it is saying that in linear gradient the color will be changed from the starting point to the end point, and all these color will have parallel bands with each other. Whereas in radial gradient it changes color in the outward direction starting from a focal point. So in linear gradient the color changes from left side to right side or right side to left side, whereas in radial gradient color changing is from the center of the object toward the outer area. So as it in center it will be the darker, whereas as moving toward the outer area it will become lighter and lighter. Okay, so how you can apply gradient fill? Follow these steps to apply gradient fill. Draw a polygon on the stage. You can draw any of the object of your choice. Here it is given to draw a polygon. Select the polygon using selection tool. We have to select the drawn object using which tool? Selection tool. And after this we have to select paint bucket tool from the tool panel, which is situated at the right side of the screen. We have to select paint bucket, and we have to fill color in the bucket using fill color arrow. After this we have to select gradient effect and click inside the object. The gradient color will fill the shape. So after selecting the color we have to click on the gradient color, and just after clicking it the color will be filled into the shape according to the chosen gradient type. Creating a new gradient. How you can create a new gradient? Follow these steps to create a new gradient. Draw and select an object using the selection tool. Select the color option from the window menu. The color panel will be displayed. So to create a new gradient, first you have to select the object using again selection tool, and you have to select the color of your choice from the window menu. Click on the drop down arrow of the color type. Select the linear gradient and radial gradient. After selecting the color you have to click on the drop down arrow to select the type of gradient, which is linear or radial. After selecting the gradient of your choice you can see the color palette, and you can select paint bucket tool and click on the object. After clicking on paint bucket tool, click on the drop down arrow below the free transform tool and select the gradient transform tool from the tool panel. So after selecting the bucket, click on gradient transform tool, which is located in tools panel, and click on the object filled with the gradient fill. The gradient transform controls the appearance around the object of the stage. So you have to click, after selecting the gradient transform tool you have to click on the object where you want to insert new gradient. Okay, to rotate the gradient fill, drag the gradient rotate handle. To if you want to rotate that object you have to select or click on that gradient rotate handle, and this will rotate the linear gradient clockwise, means right to left. Modifying a linear gradient, you have to follow these steps to modify. Modify means making alteration or changes. Click on the drop down arrow of the free transform tool and select the gradient transform tool. So to modify the linear gradient you have to click on the drop down arrow of which option? Free transform tools, and after this you have to select gradient transform tools among the given options. Click on the object filled with the gradient color in it. Use the handle on the right side to modify the intensity of the gradient. After selecting gradient transform tool, you have to simply click on the object which is filled already with the gradient color, and you can use the handle on the right side to modify the intensity of the gradient. Change the direction of the gradient by using the rotating arrow on the upper right corner of the selection. You can also change the direction of the gradient by using rotating arrow where it is located on the upper right corner of the selection. So in this way we have completed this chapter. Okay, read take words and quick recalls and computer etiquettes from your book. After this we have exercises. Name the following, fill in the blanks, match the column. Okay, exercise A, B and C you will do yourself. That's it for today. Thank you. Have a nice day.